time in the UK. Whee! It is the 7th of March and spring should be springing, but as you can see we've got 3 inches of snow. I had a message from somebody on our last week's YouTube video, and thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed, and he said, can I make a good living out of bricklaying? Can I be financially stable? Can I have a nice house, nice car and all that? And the answer is yes, but you need to be resilient, because look, it is so unpredictable with the British weather and there's so many moving parts to it. But if you're in every day, you turn up, you do a bit, and you don't go home when it snows or rains or it's cold, you can earn a good living out of it. We anticipated this weather coming. We knew last week it was coming, and the floor's going on this job tomorrow. So what we've done is we've booked in a little general building project for a mate of mine. So we're going to be over there today. We picked the timber up yesterday, so we're going to go over there. I'm also going to tell you guys 3 reasons why it is a very good idea to start a building company in the recession. Alright, we'll get into that. At the end of last week's video, I didn't get the chance to mention that the new bricklayer we started, we had to finish up. It wasn't what we were looking for, the standard wasn't there. This stuff ain't personal. This is not personal, right? You know, we have got a standard and a service that we need to provide for our clients, and if they do not meet that, then they have to go. Alright? I was told years ago, hire quick and fire quick, which means we'll start anybody as a business. But if they do not meet the required standard, it is the end of the road, and it is not personal. Alright? You know, he produced this and we require this. Alright? And that's it. On a different note, this morning I've woken up to a message saying that we have won this job. Alright, it's a 9,000 square foot house in Farnham. In last week's video, I mentioned about integrity and staying on your centre and trusting your gut and your intuition. Alright, every time I trust my gut and my intuition, it works out for the best. And this is another great example. Alright, we turned that job down. The one that we've just won came in. We priced it. We got on really well with the guy that we're building it for, and we won the job. Alright, so we turned down something that didn't serve us, and we got something that we do want to do that falls in line with what we're up to, and the guy it seems like a stand-up fella as well. Alright, so I just wanted to stick that out there. You know, don't have a fear around not being out of work. Do not take any work on if it doesn't fall in line with what you're up to. I'll pop back to this job to pick up the hop-up and a few other bits and pieces, and then I'm going to head over there and I'm going to explain to you why you should start a construction company in a pinch. Today is a wellies kind of day. That snow that we had earlier has turned to sleet and rain, to be fair, and now it is wet and damp and cold and horrible. Oi, at least you're working, Rob. Yeah. Not many bricklayers and oddies are working at the minute. Another beautiful spot. We're really lucky with our company. We get to work in some beautiful locations. Alright, listen, number one, the lads are getting set up over there. They're building the outbuilding, and it gives me a chance to shoot this week's video. Alright. One of the main reasons why you should start a construction company in a recession is because there's lots of labour about. Alright, one of the biggest issues that we have as a brickwork contractor is finding the right labour. It's finding good labour to do the job that we need to do. It's finding good solid bricklayers that know what they're up to, and it is one of the biggest problems that we face as a contractor. In a pinch, right, when big sites are closing their doors and they're laying lads off, my phone is ringing. I'm getting phone calls most days from bricklayers looking for work, which means we get to sift through the bad ones, take on the good ones, and we are able to take on more work. Alright? It solves the problem of having rubbish labour or next to no labour. Christian and I have tried to scale twice, but have not been able to get the lads. Alright? We put an advert out last year for bricklayers. We got no phone calls. Like I said, I'm getting calls every day. So one of the main reasons to start a construction company in a recession is because there is plenty of labour about to get to provide the service that you need to provide. All right, lots of labour is reason number one. No, and then we're dealing with timber. Rob's got all the chippy jokes.
Why shouldn't you mark timber?
He's doing that on purpose because he don't like the joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Why shouldn't you mark timber with a blunt pencil? because there's no point.
Number 2 is overheads. Okay, one of the biggest things that puts people off when they're starting a construction company is how much do I need to get going. All right, I started the construction company the first time with 1,500 quid, okay, and then I negotiated quick payment terms with our first job, and that allowed us to get some money in the bank. All right, so if you are a startup, your overheads will be less than the established companies that have got loads of lads on, which means you can be more competitive with your quotes. All right, you can also, if you're doing supply and fit, you can also negotiate better terms with builders merchants because they're quieter. All right, I've had conversations lately with numerous builders merchants which are saying they're fairly quiet. All right, I went into Travis the other day. I said, how are you getting on? Are you guys busy? I always ask it when I go into a merchant, see how, you know, to gauge where those guys are at. And they was like, so, you know, it's dropping off a little bit. Some days we are, some days we're quiet. You know, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, everybody was so busy, you know, and they were charging the earth for their materials. Now, the materials, you can get them at a more competitive rate. Okay, along with you can get labour at a competitive rate. All right, it's all about supply and demand. All right, and your overheads as a startup are a lot less than established companies. All right, if you're a brickwork contractor and you're starting as a 2-on-1, you've only got to find one other lad's money and your salaries for the month, and you're up and running. All right, if you're doing labour only jobs as well, there's no outlay for materials, anything like that. One of the biggest advantages for starting a construction company in the recession is you will have lower overheads and you'll be able to negotiate better deals than a lot of other companies. All right, that's number 2. Get that. So we are.
Talking about what saw do you use to cut through waves? A seesaw.
There's a massive snowstorm on the way. I'm not sure how much longer the lads are going to be grafting for, but as it stands, they're still doing a bit. So listen, the third, final, and the most important reason to set up a construction company in a pinch is because there is still loads of work about. All right, there is in affluent areas, in the wealthy areas, near where you live, in the cities and towns that are affluent near where you live. All right, they are still building. We do the high-end prestige stuff, which to a certain degree is recession-proof. All right, you know, there's still we just said the numbers have still got to work for the client, but if you provide a good service and you're good at what you do, there's still work about. All right, what needs to happen is though you need to market different to everybody else. All right, which is why we're on YouTube, is to get our clients to get to know us before they place an order with us. All right, we are busier than we have ever been, and there's a recession on. Okay, if you do things differently, if you get your clients to know you before you show up to the job, again, like we're doing on YouTube, like you know, if you really hone in on your marketing and your sales, you will get the leads, and if your numbers are right, you will win the work. And then all you've got to do is produce the standard and the service that you promised the client. If you can do that, you will have worked during a recession, even if you're a startup. Okay, so low overheads. You'll be able to get labour at a better price. All right, you can still win work because there's still plenty of work about in affluent areas. Not at the house bashing end of the market, but in affluent areas there's still loads and loads and loads of jobs going on. We're getting inquiries all of the time. All right, those are the 3 reasons why you should start a construction company. Do not listen to the rubbish. Don't be scared by the news and all that stuff. All right, set up and give it a go. You have got a real advantage over a lot of big companies that have got big overheads during a recession. You can go in, you can do a great job. It's very, very personable. You can keep the numbers down. You can keep your clients happy, and the word of mouth. And if you market and do your sales correctly, you will still be very, very busy. That is our lived experience. All right, we're super busy. Like I said, we've just won another job, and we've still got tons of work to get through before then. The Sonnen job's not even out of the ground yet. They're putting the block and beam on, and we'll be back over there next week. And we've just started another 1-on-1 as well. So we've just started another bricklaying, another rod carrier that are very good. All right, I'm currently walking through a car park because I've got to get around the back of the job just to tart up the back of what we're building. All right, the client on this occasion has asked that we don't film on site, and I totally respect that. You know, we do a lot of work in like I say, in wealthy areas, and not all of them want us on site filming. So all it is close-ups this week for B-roll. I just wanted to stick that out there. I know a lot of people want to set up, they want to start their own company, but they're scared that because of the economic climate at the moment, they shouldn't do it. My argument is you should do it. You've actually got a superpower over the big companies. You've just got to nail your sales, your marketing, and execute on exactly what you say you're going to do. You alright, Rob? Yeah. What's up with him, Chris?
We love it. It's freezing.
What's up with him? Guys, thanks for watching this week's video, and please like and subscribe. We really appreciate everyone that takes time out of their busy days to watch our content. We hope that we're adding value. Please let us know what sort of content you want to see and we will create it. Alright, I want to help as many people in construction get ahead as possible, whether it's the clients or whether it's construction workers that want to get ahead. Like, we are all over that. We are trying to help wherever we possibly can. Alright, one of the great advantages of doing general building as well as just bricklaying is on days like this we can still work. The lads are still getting paid, the work's still getting done, we're still earning, the clients are happy. Alright, one of the main advantages of being a general builder as well as a brickwork contractor. Alright, massive things to come. I'll see you lot next Tuesday. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.